Hello, and welcome to another episode of Scavenger Life. This is episode number 499 at scavengerlife.com.
Ryan, I'd like to give you some advice. Number one.
Oh boy.
Don't sell. I need you to keep diamond hands, not paper hands.
Don't sell.
I need you to hold to the moon, okay?
I have a feeling I know what you're referring to. Diamond hands.
Diamond hands, not paper hands, Ryan. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, we don't normally talk about whatever current events because I feel like these podcasts can be somewhat evergreen into the future. But we are in a time of very interesting.
A very interesting time.
As has been for the past year. If we think about, so it's January 31st.
2021.
Think about a year ago.
Yep.
There were little tiny hints of the pandemic, just little hints. Those of us were kind of keeping track of those things. But we even traveled up to New Hampshire in February. Vermont. Close enough. It's really close. It's really all the same, right?
It's really on the border.
And we even were like, this is like a virus. It's interesting.
Yeah,
anyway,
I wonder what's going to happen.
Here we are. And so anyway, the diamond hands, GameStop.
GameStop stock.
Yeah.
GameStop stock.
Don't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop.
Yep. Very interesting time. Short squeeze. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just
Google it.
Just Google it. It's very interesting.
If you don't, how can you not know what it is?
I'm glued.
I know. Like every time I'm like walking by the living room, I hear some like stream of CNBC. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Anyway, it's just, and I don't even own any of the stock. It's
just fascinating.
Interesting to me. I will say, Ryan, that the short sellers are having to liquidate their long positions to cover.
Wow. Isn't
what that
that
means is what that means is Tesla stock is going down. So it may be a buying opportunity for us.
Tesla stock is going down.
We own 15 shares of Tesla stock, which is probably one of the best investments we've ever made.
Yeah. So, don't tell anyone.
Anyway,
jeez.
Why not? It's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
eBay.
Diamond hands.
Get out of here, seriously.
A couple of things before we talk about eBay. I would like to talk about my socks.
Oh.
This is something...
Game socks.
This is something true for both of us. And I don't really know where this goes. I just think it's interesting. So, every day I put my socks on.
Right.
One after the other.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people where, I just don't like to buy socks. I like to wear them until they run out.
You want them to just, appear.
Right now I definitely have a hole in my sock. Yeah. I see, and you would
I always have holes in I sew them up.
And sometimes I have to steal your socks and throw them away in the compost.
Yep.
And these socks that I have these kind of a wool socks. They're like wool nylon socks.
No, like a wool blend.
So they're kind of lightweight, but they're warm. And warm.
Yeah, they stay dry.
Unfortunately, I bought ones and they're too small. So every time I put them on, they're a little too tight. I could just buy new socks for about $25. They're more expensive than the
wool blend ones,
kind of Walmart brand socks, and it's just I won't do it.
You're like, I can't. I
will deal with the pain in the butt of it instead of spending money on it. And it's just why not just
because they're still good, or because
why not just buy the best thing I want because they're good enough? You're like it's 2 minutes of my time every morning, not even 2 minutes. 30 seconds of my time kind of fighting to get these socks on, and then they're fine.
You said they're too small. Why don't you just give them to me? And you how many socks do you have in your drawer? I gotta go look.
I have 8 pairs of socks.
Oh, you need more. Buy some socks. It's so funny because
you're the same way though.
I know. I mean, I have a lot of. I don't know why. People give me socks for Christmas and stuff. I have all these.
This is a great gift. I like it.
Socks is now when you were 11 though, you're oh.
But the same is true with our vehicle. We're it'd be so nice to have a nice car. Nope, we're just going to drive this one until it blows up.
Hey, my car starts every time.
Can I tell you something gross?
I don't know. Maybe. I might have to edit this out.
Our rentals, people will keep food there. They leave and they bought
way too
a whole
many
fridge
groceries
of food
for 2 nights
for a weekend. And then they keep food in there, and then I love it as a scavenger.
We're like, oh, look at this awesome,
we grab the food. Yeah. Someone had kept a carton of eggs.
Oh, it was egg whites.
Egg whites, and it's in a little milk container.
Yeah.
And it's still good. I mean, it's, it hasn't
It was just
expired.
In the refrigerator.
And I cooked them, and they tasted fine. Cooked some onions. And
you made a scramble.
And it made my stomach feel bad afterwards.
Oh, no!
Yeah. But there's still half a carton of...
Oh, no! Let's just put it in the combos!
I'm like, why? I mean, it wasn't
you and your socks.
It wasn't the end. It wasn't the end of the world. It tasted good going down a little bit.
Oh, okay, I'm throwing that out. This is no.
But it's you with the road burger. It's
I ate a road burger. I'm this thing's still in the wrapper.
It's just. I think it's interesting. It's who we are, and I think about as we grow older, as I grow older into it's mature, middle-aged adult.
You called yourself an old guy today. It was really fun. Old guys like me, I'm like, what?
Yeah. 50 is going to be, it's my next couple years
milestone.
From now. It's just I think this is just how I am. I think it's it's cooked, it's baked in.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's not eat bad eggs. How's that?
That's not the worst.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yuck.
And then the other thing is, interestingly enough, this week we've been having discussions and kind of some stress around time management.
Yes.
And I wonder, I'm sure other people have this issue as well when dealing with eBay or whatever they're doing. I think we are really hitting the outer ability for us to handle
any more
new
work.
Stuff. And it's we need to, and we're trying to figure out old stuff needs to go away, or we don't take on it's new stuff. And it's only just because with this coffee shop we have a roastery, and we've been spending 2 days a week on that, going in roasting, bagging, shipping. It's great. I mean, it's a good problem to have. It's a luxury problem. We're selling a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
And
we're busy.
We're finishing the final touches on this coffee shop in our town.
The actual cafe.
Buying all the little saucers, and we're got to get the health department.
Shelving, a couple of shelving.
It's all the fun stuff. But then our partners were so how much time are you going to be able to spend in here? And we had to be that's a good...
Yeah, we were we don't know the answer.
Question.
I don't have a good answer.
I do not want to be an absentee owner.
Right.
Because we've seen those kind of businesses in our town fail because someone has a fun idea and they make a little cute shop and then they hire some people to run the thing and they run it into the ground because they don't have any passion. And
they're just employees.
So we have been talking about this for a long time, but now is when we have to actually start committing. I mean, we have to put FaceTime into this front-facing business. And I know we've talked about it with other scavengers,
They're how will you have time?
We're kind of contradicting ourselves in some way. For a decade now, we've been we love eBay because, you don't have regular hours and you don't have to show up.
Let's open a brick and mortar cafe where you have to be there every day.
But... we do it because of reasons.
Yeah. I mean, we have reasons for that. I don't want to open, look, I don't want to open an antique vintage store.
Yeah.
I want to sell that stuff online.
Right.
But I do want a cafe.
And so, I don't know. I don't have, again, just like with the eggs that make my tummy rumble. I don't really know the answer. It's just something I see in myself and in ourselves. It's we have to figure out where we want to spend our time. It's extremely important for all of us to make a certain amount of cash because you have to make a certain amount of money to live. It's just reality,
Yeah, right.
But then at some point, you make enough money where everything after that is if you're not enjoying your life.
Yeah.
like, what's the point of that extra?
Right.
And I think that's something we're dealing with right now. Like, we're doing okay financially, we're comfortable, and it's just like we need to figure out where we want to put our time. Like, I like the idea of showing up in a place, at least currently, where I'm like pulling shots and like helping people and having the experience. I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like you said, like, there's only, and I said this last week to you, where I'm just like, you know, there's only so much time in the day for all the things that need to get done. And there's a lot of pull towards certain things. Right. And, you know, other things just get put aside. Like, and I barely had time to do our bookkeeping in January for December. I'm done with it, but I also need to start organizing for our taxes. And I'm like,
guess what, Ryan?
Oh God, it's February tomorrow. 1st. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's just, it's sort of like there was one day last week or the week before where you're like,
it was last week. It was like 4 days ago.
Oh my God, this week. So you were like, okay, on this day, I think it was Tuesday, you were like, you are not responsible for doing anything else but bookkeeping.
I'm protecting you.
Yeah, like, you're not running into town. Right. You're not going to the rentals. I did have some eBay stuff because my helper comes on Tuesday. I did that in the morning, and then I was like, okay, I'm at my computer. I'm doing our numbers. Like, because it gets pushed aside, you know, because you have to go do this and do that. So yeah, I think we're butting up against the very edge of what two people are capable of time-wise.
And things that we want to be doing, too. And so we're having to... I mean, for instance, this is something that I don't think we've ever talked about here, but like, you know, about a year ago, it was in April, so coming up 9 months ago. God, it seemed like eternity.
That seems like 10 years ago.
The virus was really like full-on apocalypse kind of thing, and everyone's freaking out, and like our local government shut all of our rentals down because they didn't want outsiders coming in with the virus. Obviously that didn't work, but so there was like a month where we had to like cancel, I mean, $11,000 worth of bookings.
I mean, it was like a bloodbath. It felt so scary.
I had like an evening where I had to like, you know, talk to all these people that had
booked, you know, months in advance.
And I had to be like, sorry, we have to cancel. It
was horrible.
Anyway, and so, you know, that was not great. And so we actually were like, let's make another business, you know, let's...
What's the most logical thing we...
Well, I mean, you know, it's like
let's build another business.
You know, we have our eBay business, but I mean, we were just like, so we actually built a whole...
A website
for co-hosting. Like, we'll take care of your places for you because we know how to clean, we know how to fold laundry.
Look, it sounds contradictory to say our short-term rentals got shut down and we opened a co-host, but we knew they would come back, so we started developing. We also know a lot of cabin owners here that are absent. You know, they live far away, so we were like, this is an interesting idea.
And strangely enough, like, it didn't go anywhere.
No, nobody contacted us.
But it was good for us because it was something we needed to do. Like, it's not good for us as people that have no safety net here.
Right.
It's good to get into action and, like, be productive and, like, try things and not, like, sit in fear.
Like, we were sitting in fear and we were like, here's something that we are definitely good at, you know?
What's interesting is that just this past week... we've started to get people contacting us through the site we built.
Right.
Where they're like, I have a house that I'm going to put on Airbnb. I live in wherever, Miami and can you take care of it for us? And now we're just like,
oh my God, we have no time.
Yeah. It's like, not really.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the last person, and I'm talking a handful of people. Like, it's a lot of houses where you're like, oh, wait, we have to manage these houses. But the last person was like, oh, I want to get it done in this certain time period, which is the same time period as us opening the cafe, hopefully.
Right.
And we're like, I know we have that whole site, but we don't know if we have time.
And so, just to kind of wrap this up, what I think is just interesting is that over the past, since 2008, since we've been selling on eBay, I think we've just had we're like hardworking people. We have a lot of time. We don't have kids, so that helps a whole lot. But, we've kind of always been able to take on anything.
Yeah, we've been able to squeeze it in.
I mean, it's,
with both of us.
And I know we've had some moments where it's been
many moments
kind of stressful.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we've been able to. I really feel this week was the first week I felt like, we just physically cannot. We have to start choosing what we want to do.
Right.
I like to make more money.
Yeah.
I like doing little businesses, but we need to start to make those choices.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I agree. There's a few things that I'm like, I might put that down. Like, there's a few things that
because
not eBay.
because I do want to focus on things that we enjoy doing and do them well.
And not be like half paying attention to them. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Well, that's
there you
definitely
go.
Interesting.
There you go. Diamond hands.
Okay.
Not paper hands.
No.
Okay. eBay. Ryan, I don't know the answer. People were asking us this. Did the post office prices go up on eBay this week?
Yes.
I thought that they were going down after the holidays.
Yeah, and then they go up in January.
So they went down for like 2 weeks?
Yep.
And then, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Totally annoying.
Interesting.
I was like, "Oh, they're back to normal." Oh, I know that by the end of January they're back.
So
up.
it's, for instance, I'm just making up a number here for the sake of just talking. So at the holidays, they raised it to like $10 a box to ship. Then they brought it down to $8, and then they just brought it back up to $10.
Like $9.
Okay, gotcha.
No, not the same rate increase, but
okay.
On like medium mail. Okay, medium mail up to £1 is supposed to be $2.80. It's $2.89 now. That's not so bad, but first class has increased. I've noticed that. I haven't done the numbers.
Right.
A flat rate padded envelope on eBay during the holidays was, I forget, 8 something. And then it went back to $7.75, and I was like, "Oh, cool! It's under $8." Well, now it's $8. So, yeah, it went back up,
and
which is a bummer.
Is that just kind of the way it is? Like every January, they always raise the price.
Yep.
I
think it's either every January or every other, like every 2 years.
Gotcha.
But it's like this is what they do.
Yep.
They're gradually getting used to the fact that you're like, you want a padded flat rate envelope to go across the country to California at any weight, it's $8.
Yep. And do they also change the cost of stamps?
First class stamps? I'm not sure if they did that this year, but yes, their rate increases are like across the board. Not always everything, but it's just all.
So I think a reason why I think I saw people complaining about it because, we do calculated shipping on eBay.
Some people don't.
Where we just say it's whatever it's going to cost to ship this to you.
Yeah.
We have no idea. There's like algorithms going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Is eBay's calculated thing still doing good?
I'm seeing it pretty good actually.
Okay.
Although I think there were a couple things this week where I don't know why. This was my own fault. Ceramic mug. In my opinion, it's always going to be £2. It could be 1.2, but that's £2. For some reason, this ceramic mug was like £1. I'm like, why? So,
it's lost. £1 including the
on the listing.
Right.
For some reason, I was like £1. What? Why would I do that? I don't know. Who knows how old this mug was? I don't think it wasn't bad because with the discount, it like evened out.
I'll take it out of your paycheck. It's all right.
You see, okay. Take it out of my paycheck. Yeah, it did come out of my paycheck.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. So anyway, I did notice the rate increase because you're used to certain numbers every time, and then it changes, and you're like.
But the only thing I want to hear as your partner, so we don't have to worry about it. No, just eBay handles it.
It's calculated.
Great. Okay, cool.
It's just a bummer for honestly the coffee business. It's not eBay because we do a flat rate price for coffee. And as an eBay shipper doing that, I'm always like, oh, I really want to do calculated shipping, but it's just a different business. I think we talked about it before. So
I do want to know if we don't have to go deep into it. So if I want to buy a bag of coffee from Broad Porch Coffee.com.
Yes. Sorry. just thought that was tacky.
And it's like a pound, right?
Yeah.
Like a pound box that gets sent to me,
Yeah.
or whatever, flat rate, whatever.
Okay.
How much would that cost to send it to me to California from Virginia?
Well, I do a flat rate
How much?
bag, $8.
Do you think someone would pay? And right now we just say $6.
It's $6 flat. If you buy 15 pounds of coffee, it's still only $6.
Right. And we have been seeing people being smart, which is good. They're buying like $30 of coffee.
So 2 pounds or whatever. I'm
yeah.
sorry, 2 pounds would be
2 pounds
30.
of coffee, so they're taking advantage of that. But do you think someone would pay $8 to get like a bag of coffee?
Like a small bag? No.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Well, my answer is it's actually a 12-ounce bag. So with packaging, with the bag and packaging, it's 13 ounces. So you could send it first class. But
Right. But yeah.
Well, with all the delays lately, honestly, and I'm still seeing some delays, it is nerve-wracking.
Well, we've just decided as a business we're doing everything priority. Because we want people to get coffee
Fresh
fast.
coffee.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So anyway, I'm a shipping nerd. I think about that stuff literally every time I print a shipping label. I'm like, how could I be more efficient?
Right.
How could I blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure it drives everyone else crazy because I'm like obsessing over it.
But you have to do that.
Yeah.
Because
As
it
a
doesn't
small
feel
business,
good.
you have to do it.
Okay. Numbers.
Now, gut reaction.
Okay.
High dollar sales all week.
Wow.
High.
Yeah. Hold.
GameStop.
Yeah.
High.
To the moon,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
To Mars.
Our eBay sales, we sold 54 items.
It felt like it.
It felt like we've been selling.
I mean, I was
It's
packing
great.
like every morning. I was like, wow, I have 15 things to pack.
For us,
Oh,
that's a
God.
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
that's almost 8 items a day. And
Yeah.
for us, again, that's a lot. For like weird little vintage, weirdo things.
Weird
like,
things.
That's great. Our gross sale. So I'm now...
Gross.
I love it. I love what eBay has done. ebay.com/sh/performance/sales.
Oh my God. Great.
Slow it down, play it again. I bookmark it.
Slow it
You
down.
can put in all the specific date. It only allows up to 90 days. People are mad
eBay.
that doesn't eBay. I said what I say.
No, eBay.
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
annoying, eBay.
I
Give me a year's worth of data. I know you have it.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is how I'm now getting the numbers, and I feel like I get a better picture. I'm not having to like grab a number here and count things myself here.
Yeah,
It's
so
a little
annoying.
bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. Our gross sales,
Gross.
which includes eBay fees, shipping, and taxes.
Yeah, okay.
$2,903.
Wait,
72
can you say that again?
$2,903.
Oh!
But okay. Hold on.
There's some high dollar shipping.
But then our net sales minus eBay fees, shipping, and taxes is $2,213.
I had
57 cents.
look. I had some things that I'm like, I don't even know if my postal carrier wants to take this because it is big and heavy. So
I mean, so it is always interesting when people say my gross sales were this.
Yeah,
much
you're like,
money.
so what?
I'm
What's your net sales?
Yeah, so that's like $700 in just fees to like
oh, and
get
shipping
that stuff. And
nothing
all
but net.
Whoa,
Jay.
it's pretty fun. That was pretty
That was
fun.
good, right?
That's pretty fun.
Nothing but net. Okay.
So our highest, our average price sold was $40.
Yes.
Pretty good. I mean,
I'm surprised
that's
our
better
average
for us.
price isn't higher because we had some high dollar items.
I know, but
just not
we still sell a lot of
$15
little
t-shirt.
$15 items. As
Hey,
much as we hate
if
them.
you sell a $15 item, it's your own fault because you put it in your store.
Ryan, if you pick
And I'm
up,
talking to myself because I put that in my store.
if you pick up a penny off the ground, you're 1 penny richer.
Look.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Things we sold. We sold a coffee grinder for $360,
Yes.
and this is a full size, heavy
Commercial coffee grinder.
So
Heavy.
So we're now in the process, since we've kitted out our coffee shop just about.
Almost.
And over the past year, we've been like buying used equipment, and we've just been kind of, because we're
Right.
scavengers,
Right.
getting good deals. We actually got this coffee grinder for free. It does work. And then now we're deciding what we're actually going to put in this coffee business.
Coffee
Like,
shop.
We're like,
Oh, this grinder's...
this is not something we want. So
Yeah.
we're now in the process of selling off this stuff. So we also sold a tea maker.
Yes,
for $200.
Oh, in cash. So that's not counted on our numbers.
Right,
I sold that on
Craigslist,
Facebook. Yeah, I think it was Facebook Marketplace. $200 cash.
Yeah, like it makes a huge pot of tea.
This thing was 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
We were like, do we want this? Thing's huge.
But we have like on our porch, we have like sinks. And,
we have like a cafe on our porch, basically.
So hopefully we can sell that. We sold
slow by slow
an artwork, like a print, for $240.
Oh yeah, that print.
We had bought a lot of all these prints.
Yes.
And that $240 probably pays for the whole lot.
Yeah.
And we used a lot of the prints and rentals.
Yep, we used the ones we really love, and then we've been selling those. That I love a sale like that. You're like $240 out the door. I love it.
We sold a brooch.
Yes, a Wedgwood.
$120.
So this it was a Wedgwood cameo, and it was 12K gold around it. So that helped.
Right.
And I have this was like an arbitrage experiment from I don't know, 4.5 years ago, where I was like, I got really into shell cameos, because they're actually, if you can find real, in quotes, museum quality shell cameos, they can sell for a lot of money.
So real quick, is that where someone takes an oyster shell and carves it?
Yeah, it's not oyster. It's I forget what it's called. It's different shell. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I'd have to look up my past research, but I was buying those from people who didn't know what they were, and also I was buying Wedgwood cameos from the 50s, which I also thought were really beautiful and cool. Nobody else thought that, so it took me forever to sell them.
Number one, I was all on board because I love experiments. We're interesting, but I mean, we were paying quite a bit for these things.
Sometimes,
these were not $2 items.
No.
And that's our thing is buy things for $1 and sell it for more. We were paying $40,
Hopefully less than that, but I think that was the high end, was $40 on some of the shell cameos, and some of the Wedgwoods. But no, I did sell a lot of them over time, but they were long tail. Right. Or I would buy a lot of costume jewelry, and there'd be some cameos in there.
But see, that's our thing, though. Our thing. I don't mind holding on to things for 4 years. Yeah. No problem. I'm in. But it's got to be cheap. It's got to be cheap. What I don't like is when we're trying this kind of arbitrage, and if we're paying $40 for an item, it takes 4 years, and we make $120. Yeah, it's a good profit,
but it should have been faster.
Yeah. So it's fine. I think you just spent a week and bought a bunch of them.
It was just a week,
for 1 week.
I just bought a handful of. Yeah. But it was one of those experiments where I was like, "Am I the only one that sees the value in this? That's cool. I'll sell them to." Yes, I was the only one that saw the value, because no other buyer saw the value.
We talked about this before with other scavengers. We'll all find something, and you're like, this is so cool. The history of this is cool. It looks good. But if there's not a market for it, there's nothing
you're just gonna sit on it.
Can do.
I think there's a market for these, but it's a very long tail. Yep. So anyway, it was fun. I would love to just, if you look up shell cameos, highest sold, whatever, the museum quality ones can go for thousands of dollars. Right. They are so gorgeous.
Hey, why didn't you buy those?
Because they cost $1,000.
Why didn't you buy those and sell those?
Yeah.
Come on, right?
I tried. I thought I was.
Customer issues were a pretty good week. No, I'm not going to go on about it. My pet peeve is people who buy things and cancel. I hate it. We had 3 people do it this week. It bugs me, but it's just because I like selling.
Well, I like to sell. Well, look, okay, we sold. I have this classic. What year did I buy it in? 2006 REI backpack, which I traveled around the world many times with, and it looks almost brand new. This thing is so kick-ass, and people sell them for over $100 because they're this hardcore backpack. It's just basically a book bag, kind of a hardcore, and someone was like $80, and we were like, yes, that's an awesome. And then 10 minutes later, my kid bought this. They were playing around on the computer. I'm just like, what? Anyway, so annoying. I do have a customer issue that I would like advice on from other eBayers, other scavengers.
Like me?
Sure, okay. But you don't seem to have an answer. Nobody, even PayPal doesn't have an answer. Okay, I sold something on Bonanza over the summer. It was in July. Okay.
Bonanza, a.k.a. Bamboozle.
Bamboozle? Bonanza?
Bonanza.
Wasn't it Bonanza? Yeah. They finally got Bonanza.com. Right. So anyway, I sold some like antique hardware. It wasn't even hardware. It was like wooden knobs or something on Bonanza through PayPal, right? It's not managed payments, whatever. It's PayPal. The person in December opened a PayPal chargeback through their credit card. And so I gave them whatever, like proof of how much they were worth. I took a screenshot of the listing. I was like, this is how much they paid. Oh, it was an item not described PayPal case. So I said, just have her send them back. If she doesn't like them, I'll give her a refund if she sends them back. If she's already sent them back and there was a tracking number, just give that to me. This is in July. I'm like, I probably would have refunded her if I got them. So then, a month goes by and PayPal closes the chargeback in the buyer's favor. So it was $75 plus a fee. It was a $15 fee. I complained to PayPal. They gave me the $15 fee back, but they kept the $75. And I've appealed it twice. I'm like, I never got this back. How are you still holding my money? And they're like, well, the credit card decided in her favor. I'm like, well, the credit card is her credit card. Like, right. You should be defending me as a seller.
And we have seen this. Other people have complained. Other people who sell have complained about it on our forum. That's kind of like an escape hatch that buyers have.
A chargeback.
And that's because, for whatever a reason, PayPal, and I don't know how eBay Managed Payments will deal with it. They're kind of like, this. We're not a part of this. This is between you and the credit card company.
But also right. the thing with PayPal is I have no way of knowing what credit card company it is or how to appeal it to them.
And the answer is like, just send it back and get your money.
Item not described.
But the credit card companies, I don't know. I guess they're just like, well, but this is our customer, and they say there's a problem, so we're just going to give them their money.
Here's what I don't understand with a chargeback. I thought a chargeback was always for fraud, never item not as described. Like, I've never been able to be like, item not as described chargeback.
Well, because we haven't ever tried it. I mean, I bet we could go through our credit card statement and we could be like, this is fraud, or this is, I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, I would like to know, I have tried to appeal it with PayPal. They basically said, no go, right. Like, too bad. So anyway.
Yeah.
What should I do?
I don't know. Hopefully the answer I've told to other people, and we just have to, eat it ourselves, is just, thankfully this does not happen very often.
I know.
So if it happens a one time, 2 times a year, it's just the cost of doing business. And right. You hope that if these kind of buyers do it regularly, the credit card companies catch on to it.
Yeah.
And that's just why I'm always very hesitant about selling expensive electronics or jewelry or things that really cost a lot of money, where that might attract that.
Okay, we did not get any calls this week. I guess everyone is fully satisfied with their businesses.
Yep, everyone's doing good, selling, working, listing,
packing, shipping.
Yep.
But if you did want to leave us a voicemail, the phone number is 540-407-8486. You can also email us an audio file at thescavengerlife@gmail.com.
And if you would like to support us, you could buy coffee from us.
Delicious.
That we freshly roast at broadporchcoffee.com.
We roast twice a week.
And we ship anywhere in the world.
Oh, wait. Do we ship internationally?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm now making that decision.
Oh, wow. We just had a fully individual decision get made on
We could figure it out. If you wanted to...
If you're in Canada...
Yeah. Okay, this podcast is ending in
3, 2, 1, bye.
Diamond hands.